my loves. What's up? What's going on? Jasmine Atton here. Hope you all are well. Thank you so much for taking time to sit with me today. Today's video is by request. I got an inbox message on Facebook the other day asking for a video response, so here I am. This video came from Tanya, and her question is, Jasmine, will you please do a video for a beginner regarding what to do with a 7-day candle after it's been dressed, intentions spoken over it and lit? For the days following, how do we attend to it day by day or throughout the day? How much time should be devoted to it daily, or do we just let it burn and not think about it anymore after our intentions are set? In other words, how do we work the candle? Well, Tanya, that is a fabulous question, and this is something I do get a lot. For those of you that are following me may remember, I think it was last week, I had put up a post that said, work your magic. And yeah, work your magic, but what does that truly mean? That can definitely have different meanings to everybody, depending on your spiritual path, whether you're new, whether you've been practicing for a long time, what type of magic you're doing. So it can have many different meanings to a lot of people. I have touched on this in the past periodically, but I haven't actually done one single video, I think, dedicated to just this topic alone. So if you are a beginner, or if you're new to candle magic, or you're transitioning, or you're just on your spiritual path and you're starting out, then this video is for you. Before I get into it, I just want to say thank you to all of you. I say thank you every time, but I really do mean it. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all of you that have joined the Facebook group, have sent me friend requests, emailed me, have purchased oils, and have allowed me into your personal lives to help you with your spiritual path and spells and readings and things like that. I truly, truly, truly do appreciate it. So big hug. That's for you guys. Be sure to like this video, share this video with someone that you think may need it, okay? If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, be sure to go over and do that. Mystic at the Crossroads. Hit that subscription button so that you don't miss any more of my videos. And yeah, so let's talk magic. Hold on, y'all don't mind if I pour a glass of wine, do you? Please. I'm doing good, okay? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's technically 4:30, and it's been a long day, so that's refreshing. All right, work your magic. What the heck does that mean? Well, working your magic is just that. Now let's back up a little bit. Spiritual practice. Now, you may know from my videos, I use the term spiritual practice. I use the term ritual. I use the term magic. I don't use the term witchcraft, and there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, some individuals are not comfortable with the term. The word witch alone just sends people running crazy and just feeling some type of way. And I think that has a lot to do with what Hollywood has kind of painted witchcraft in a more of a demeaning light, or it's only kind of magnified one area, and which tends to more be on the darker, negative side, and not really the more positive light side of witchcraft. And also, because of cultures and religions and backgrounds that people have been brought up and things that they have been taught throughout their life, then that word can just not really resonate with people. So I just wanted to make that very clear. Number two, magic and witchcraft are two different things, and I may have to do a separate video on that. But the reason why I don't use the word witchcraft, which essentially, if you are casting spells, you are performing witchcraft, okay? However, there are some religions that utilize the practice of witchcraft within their religion, their, voodoo, just as an example. Wicca, as an example, those are religions. And then you have, practices. So candle magic is a practice, it's not a religion. It is just a simple practice of magic and utilizing energy. One may refer to it as witchcraft, one may not. They may feel differently. Everyone who practices magic, who burns candles, who casts spells, we're not all from the same background. So what I know, or what I've been taught, or what I've been raised, I practice hoodoo, I do root work. My background is in Wicca. Someone else may Their background may be in Palo. Their background may be in Voodoo. Their background may be in 2,900 other things, okay? I have friends that are I have friends that are Catholic. I have friends that are Jewish that practice candle magic. So that's why I kind of stick to that blanket term, because practicing magic is just that, working with the elements, working with universal energy, not necessarily calling upon spirits and deities and things of that nature. But like I said, I will get into a totally separate video, because I could go on and just breaking that down as it is. So work your magic. Magic is whatever it is that you do. It is burning your candles. It is doing your ritual baths. It's reciting your affirmations. It is burning your incense. It's doing your ancestor offerings. It's burning your hell bank notes or your ancestor money. It is, you know, getting into the ocean and connecting with the water spirits. It is calling upon your god or goddess or deity or totem animal, spirit guide, higher self, meditation, whatever it is, throwing your tarot cards, working with your crystals, channeling the divine energy, doing your Reiki. That is all magic. It's all magic, okay? It's all tapping and tuning into a higher energy. Now, to stick to the question at hand, what does one do once they have their candle? So you bought your candle, you got your herbs, you got your oils, you wrote your petition paper, you got your altar set up or whatever sacred space where you're going to be doing your work. You know what it is that you're trying to manifest, and now what do I do? Light the candle, walk away, what do I do? So, these are the things that I have found that have worked for me. I can only speak for myself and my own experience and what other people have shared with me, but this is what I know to work, and this is what I'm going to suggest that you do. Number one, when you are burning a 7-day candle, those are the ones in the tall glass, like the prayer candles, the novena candles. I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up at the end of this video, or look at some of my other videos and you'll see it. But when you're burning a 7-day candle, that is a 7-day ritual. That means that every day for 7 days, you need to be working your candle. Now, working your candle, it depends on the spell that you're doing, okay? But what I normally do is I sit with my candles every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. And these are my personal candles, so these aren't the spells I do for people, but my own personal stuff. First thing in the morning, I do my Reiki, my self-Reiki, and I sit with my candles with my eyes closed in a few minutes, and I'm giving them energy. I'm visualizing what their purpose is, what the outcome is, what's this candle supposed to be doing. I talk to my candles, just like I'm talking to you. I talk to my candles, because I'm not really speaking to the candle. I'm breathing, I'm speaking my energy. I'm connecting to the energy of the candle. The candle is a tool. And I am telling the tool what it is that it's supposed to be doing. And that tool is taking my energy, my request, my message, and sending it up to the universe, to the higher divine, to maybe the deity that I've given the candle to, depending on what I'm doing. And it is transmitting that information. It's like you have an envelope that you need to mail. Well, you got to put a stamp on it or it's not going to get anywhere. So you can light a candle, but unless you're feeding it with that energy, you don't tell it what it's supposed to do or where it's going, it's not going to go anywhere. Just like a letter. You put a letter in the mailbox with no address and no stamp, it's not going to get any far. All you did was mail a letter. You light a candle and don't tell it what it's supposed to do and give it energy, it's not going to go anywhere. Does that make sense? I hope so. So, number one, I sit with my candles every day, every single day. I put a couple drops of oil. If you're using a conditioning oil, you don't have to do this with the herbs, but if you're using a conditioning oil, because as your candle burns down, the oil will burn off. I put a couple of drops of oil. I re-speak either my intention, my word of affirmation, my request, or I just say whatever it is that I need. I always say thank you at the end of whatever it is that I say out loud. So yes, your candle, if it's a 7-day candle, it needs to be worked 7 days. If it's a 3-day candle, it needs to be worked 3 days. If it's a stick candle, do I have a stick candle? Oh boy, hold on. Okay, I work better when I have examples to show. Stick candle, 7-day candle. These burn, it depends. I've had one of these to burn out in 15 minutes. I've had one to burn in like 3 hours. So it all depends. You don't have to sit with this the whole time. So this candle, the idea of burning one of these is it's supposed to burn down in one day. So a couple hours, few minutes or whatever. But spend some time, especially when you first light your candles, spend some time with them. I understand that, you know, you're busy, you have things going on, you got kids, you got to go to work, you got to whatever, you have 100 things to do. Another thing that I'm going to say is don't light your candles if you're in a hurry. Don't light your candles 10 minutes before the kids get dropped off, 30 minutes before you're about to leave. Unless that's like, if that's the only time in your life that you have to do it, then of course I'd rather you do it than not do it. But light your candles when you have some time to sit down and dedicate to it. This does not call for a whole hour, you know. But if you know that your doorbell is gonna ring in 10 minutes, or your roommate's about to come home with a bunch of people, or you're in the middle of getting ready for a party and you're trying to sit down, you're not gonna focus. Your mind isn't gonna be there. Your mind's gonna be elsewhere. So essentially, you won't be putting enough energy into your candle. So do this when you have some time. And I say spend at least 10 to 15 minutes just sitting quietly, visualizing what you want, reciting your prayer, your chant, your affirmation, whatever it is. And that has to be done on a daily basis, whether it's in the morning, noon, or night. I don't care where it is. I don't care how tired you are, okay? You have to do this if you want it to work, okay? With my client work, it's a little bit different. Depending on what it is that I do for clients. I don't do a ton of 7-day candles. I do some for clients depending on what they need, but I don't really always do these. And when I do, I do them when I do my meditation daily. So I can be sitting with the candle from anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours. Sometimes with other types of spells, I'm sitting with the candles, like literally sitting there for 2 hours with these candles that are burning, working on a person's spell. So that's a little bit different. And of course, when you're doing work for another person, that's twice as much time, twice as much energy, twice as much effort you have to put in, because you're working on someone else's behalf and you have to tune into their energy and whatever it is that they're working on. And it's just different versus when you're working on things for yourself. So let's see. How much time should you devote to it daily? Just let it burn. Okay, here's the other thing. Lastly, this video is going to be short, I hope. When your candle goes out, they have to be disposed of. Don't hold on to them forever. Let them go. Now, the way I feel is once a candle, like a 7-day candle, burns out, then the spell is done. The request is sent. Depending on what it is, I rinse it out, I throw it away, it is complete. Don't just let them sit and linger on your altar or on your sacred space or whatever. You've got to conclude that. You've got to finish that out. You got to close that door and release it and let it go. I have a full video on how to dispose your candles properly. So you can watch that video, and that kind of breaks all of that down. But dispose of your candle. Once your spell is done, once your intentions have been set, you've done your ritual work, whether it's 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 9 days, 12 days, whatever. Just lost my train of thought. And it's time to get rid of your candles. You let it go. You send it and you let it go. Okay, you let that energy go. And the reason is you have to know, you have to believe, you have to trick yourself into believing that this is going to work. Okay, you don't sit there and obsessing, oh, is it going to work? Is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Don't do that. Please don't do that. That will block you. That will hinder you. That will stop you. That's also like telling the universe that you don't trust it, okay? Not only that, your thoughts, your words, your feelings affect your spiritual work. If you're doing a spell, but you're thinking it's not going to work, then don't even do it. You're wasting your time. You're sabotaging yourself before you even start. If you're doing a spell and you feel like it's not going to work, then it doesn't matter what your mouth says. It doesn't matter what you tell your brain. Your feelings are going into that work, and that's what's going to end up happening. Set it and forget it. Cast your spell, spend the amount of time daily, let it go, okay? What happens if you forget a day? If you forget a day, you forget a day. I don't see how anyone could forget a day if you have a candle sitting in your face. But if you do, things happen. Do it, go back and do it as soon as you remember. Just like a medication, you forget to take a dose, what does the doctor say? Just take it as soon as you remember. but try to be consistent. If a spell says it needs to be done for 7 days, then it has to be done for 7 days. Allow your candle to go out on its own. Do not put it out beforehand. Always practice good fire safety. I let my candles burn 24/7, except like these here in the background. I'm in my studio downstairs. So, and this is my personal altar. This is my personal candle. I put my candle out because it is in the studio. It's all the way downstairs, and I don't know that I'd hear the smoke alarm. I've never, ever had a problem with candles. I've been sleeping with candles burning since I was a little girl. My mom practiced candle magic, so my entire 30 plus years, I have had candles going in the house, and I've never had an issue. But still, you want to practice fire safety. You do have to be cautious. You do have to be careful. Client candles are a little bit different. So depending on what it is, if it's a 7-day candle, traditionally I will have them upstairs. I have another altar upstairs, and I will leave those burning there in the house so I can watch them. But I do put my personal candles out. With these 7-day candles, you can leave them burning, okay? But again, be smart about it. I don't want to hear nobody say, you said you could leave it burning in my house burning. Please don't do that. You can set your candles in a sink. If your sink is stainless steel, put some water in it, set your candles in there. You can set them in the bathtub. All else fails, put them out just to be safe. If you have kids or pets, if you have pets at home that may knock something over, then of course put your candles out. Be sure to relight them when you come home. So relight them, and you want to leave them burning for as long as you possibly can while you're there. Same thing for like these stick candles. This doesn't burn very long, so don't start a spell and light this candle when you know you're leaving in 10 minutes. This only burns for a couple hours, so do it at a time that you can let this burn all the way out. Remember, the sooner a candle goes out, that's when the spell is complete. That's when things will start working. Candles start working from the time you light them, but it's once the spell is completed when it really, when really things start to take effect, is what I'm trying to say. Believe in your magic, trust your magic. Just because you don't see things happening right away in front of you doesn't mean that it's not being worked on, okay? It's like when you order something from Amazon. You find your product, you put it in the cart, you check out, you pay the money, you let it go. You don't go calling them the next day, hello, did you get my order? Is it on its way? No, you don't do that. When you order food, you don't ask the waitress, well, is it coming yet? Did you put the order in? No, you gave your request, it's being prepared, and you wait for it to get there. It's the same thing with magic, and this is vital. Vital. I cannot stress this enough. I know, trust me, I know when you're anxious, when you're worried, when you've got serious situations going on, when your back is up against the wall, when your time is limited, when you need things to happen like this, you are concerned and you're like, is it going to happen? Whether or not it happens is up to you. You are in control of your thoughts and feelings. You're not in control of the universe, but you are in control of your thoughts and feelings, and that's what's most important. There was one more thing that I was going to say to this, and I don't remember what it was, so if I do, I'll throw it somewhere in the video. But anyway, Tanya, I hope that answers your question. I hope this answers the question for all the rest of you that are new to practicing your spiritual path. Yeah, so questions, comments, leave them below. You're welcome to inbox me. You do have to be patient. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, bright blessings to everyone. Good luck on your magic. Trust yourself. You're divine. You're powerful. Okay? You're here for a reason. And you can absolutely, most definitely have every single thing that it is that you want and desire. And you can remove the things that you don't want or don't desire from your life. But it takes time. It takes patience. It takes practice. You didn't learn how to walk overnight. You didn't learn how to talk overnight. You didn't learn a second language overnight. You didn't learn how to drive overnight. It takes time, okay? And sometimes spells don't work. And then you gotta figure out why. And sometimes things aren't meant to be. And you know what? That's okay too. Either way, good luck on your spiritual path. Good luck on your journey. It's a beautiful thing, tapping and tuning into yourself and seeing what the potential is. And I promise you, if you are just diligent and patient, you will see results. I mean, the universe can't fail. The law of attraction That's been proven. So it's not just me talking. It's not a bunch of people on YouTube talking. This has been proven. The law of the universe is real. Your thoughts are frequencies. Our bodies are energy. We are manifestations of the higher divine being, God, goddess, or whatever it is that you refer to. It's just learning how to tap in, directing, and tuning into that energy. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. I love you guys, and I will hope to see you all soon. Good night.